Despite his impressive boxing record, Lennox Lewis, a Canadian United Kingdom boxer, was not so favored by majority of fight fans, especially in the United States of America. Maybe this assertion is not completely correct. Perhaps he was favored by most fight fans in the United States, just not by those who had access to the media, as most of the writings and videos about Lewis's career before his retirement always had a way of emphasizing a dent on his career. The media content about the Lion admitted he was a good boxer, one good for the sport, but yet the content always found ways to covertly or overtly stress that Lewis was not a great boxer. This was particularly so with contents originating from the United States. Every little dent on Lewis's career was magnified out of proportion and compared to his contemporaries, and sometimes even to contemporaries who were not half as good as Lewis. If Lewis came up short in defense, footwork or punch combination in a fight he won, his inadequacies would be magnified over his victories. Of the other 6 big heavyweights of his time, Evander Holyfield, Myke Tyson, Bowe, Marcer, Tommy Morrison, and Michael Moorer, it just had happened that Lewis was the only one who became a world champion without defeating any champion. While this was no fault of his, it will lay the foundation of the hate and resulting fear that plagued Lewis's career, especially before the American fight public. Every time Lewis stepped into the ring before the American fight fans, he was desperate to prove himself, so afraid of losing and fearful of what people will say if he comes up short in any way. The only physical representation of these fears were what made these fears come alive, and they also were what he had to overcome to contain these fears. They were his opponents. Lennox Lion Lewis overcame these fears simply by embracing them. He embraced the existence of these fears outside the ring and would not read or see any media product about him that did not say something good about his career. He embraced these fears in the gym by training extra hard so he would always be the best there is in his division. He embraced these fears during press conferences by ensuring that though he did not talk too much, he always came up with quips and punchlines that dazed his opponents and questioned their credibility. Inside the ring, Lennox Lewis embraced his fears magnified by his opponent every other time the opponent landed some solid shot that dazed him. Fears are like vicissitude. They are fast becoming a constant in the lives of ambitious people. One way of overcoming them, like the boxer Lennox Lewis, is to embrace them. Acknowledge their existence, embrace their forms and possibilities, prior, during, and post-encounter with fear situations. Life is a battle.
Protect yourself at all times.
Fight hard, fight clean.